So today we are going to learn about absolute value. So sign of absolute value is this, and absolute value actually means distance from a point. And since it is distance, it's always positive. Okay. So suppose it is like this. Okay. So it means that distance from 0 is 10. Okay. So it means distance of a point is 10. Okay. So which two values will give distance 10 from 0? It can be 10 or negative 10, because either way the distance is 10. So we can say that x can be positive 10 or negative 10, because positive 10, when x is equal to positive 10, then also distance is 10, and if x is negative 10, then also distance from 0 is 10. Here it is distance from 0. So distance from 0 is 10. So we say absolute value, and absolute value is always positive. Okay? Somewhere if absolute value here is given, left hand side is like has absolute value sign, and if it is negative number here, then we say this equation has no solution, because absolute value is always positive and it can never be negative. So suppose if it is given x minus 5 is equal to 10, then we say that distance from 5 is 10. Or how do we solve? Because absolute value is here on the left side, nothing else is there, and this is 10. So we can write it x minus 5 is 10, and x minus 5 can be negative 10. So this will be 10 plus 5, 15, and negative 10 plus 5 is negative 5. So it means it is 10 distance away from 5, 10 units away from 5. So from 5, the distance is 10 units. That is what it means. When we solve any absolute value equation, everything should be on right side except the absolute value equation, absolute value sign. So if there is anything here, you just divide and bring it here. I'll show you with the equation. So this particular equation means from 5, it is 10 units away. So which numbers will satisfy it? So this is negative 5 and this is 15. So we see the distance between this is 10 and distance between this is 10. Okay, so two answers are there. X can be either 15 or X can be negative 5. Both negative 5 and 15 are 10 units away from 5. And whenever we solve the equations, as I've said, Just keep the absolute value sign here on the left, bring everything else on the right hand side. Now we'll do another. So this is the question here. Now as I said, keep the absolute value sign and everything inside the absolute value sign on the left, bring anything else on the right. So this will be x minus 2, 9 minus 5, will bring 5 here. So this becomes x minus 2 is equal to 4. So what does this mean? It means that from x is equal to 2, every two numbers or the numbers are 4 units away from 2. So algebraically we will solve like this gives plus 4 and x minus 2 is negative 4. So this will become 4 plus 2 is 6 and this is negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Okay, one will be positive and one will be negative. So this will give you x is equal to negative 2 and 6. Okay. So these are the two numbers which are 4 units away from 2. Okay. So first we brought 5 here. Now only absolute values sign and the numbers included in it or variables are inside on left hand side, everything else is right hand side. So we found that we have to find the value of x which are from 2 which are 4 units away from 2. Okay, so two numbers which are 4 units away from 2 either side, they have the distance of 4 units. So this is negative 2 and this is 6. So we see that this distance is also 4 and this distance is also 4. And outside of absolute value, we see that this A has to be always positive. Inside, it can be negative. Now we are doing this. Now we are doing this problem. So as we discussed, only something with left hand side or absolute value we have to keep on left hand side. Everything else bring on right hand side. So what we'll do, we'll divide by 4 both sides. So this becomes 2x plus 7, 16 by 4, which is 4. So this is 2x plus 7 is equal to 4. Now this value is 4 units away. Okay. So 2x plus 7 is 4 and 2x plus 7 is negative 4. So if we solve this, this will give us minus 3, 4 minus 7 and x will be negative 3 by 2. This will give you minus 4 minus 7. So 2x is going to give, when we bring here the number, it changes sign. This was 4 minus 7. So this is negative 11. So x is equal to negative 11 by 2. So if a equation like this is given, then we will say no solution. because absolute value is always positive. So anything which comes like this is no solution. But we can take another question just to show you that. So maybe there may be a little challenging problem which has negative on both sides, but when you simplify, so then you may end up getting the positive result like minus 2 absolute value of 5x minus 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 11. Okay. So to solve this, first is we know pandas and how do we do. So first is we'll bring 3 here. So minus 3, minus 11 plus 3, this gives minus 8. Now what we'll do, we'll to get rid of 2 because we want only absolute value on the left side, everything else on the right. We'll divide it by negative 2. Sorry, this was 1. Okay. So this is minus 8 by 2. So this gives absolute value 5x minus 1 is, we divided it by negative 2, so this becomes 1. And this is minus 8 divided by minus 2 gives 4. So now we have this. This is valid because it gives positive 4. So sometimes the equation might be like this. It may get confusing, but solve every step and then you will come. So now 5x minus 1, if we open the absolute value signs, once it will give 4 and once it will give negative 4. So this is, we bring 1 here. So this gives us 5 plus 1. So 5x gives 5. So x is equal to 1. Okay. And this is 5x minus 1 is minus 4. This 1 we will bring here. So it is positive and this gives minus 3. So x gives minus 3 by 5.